Hi guys, it's Isabella here and welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be, yes, another tier ranking because I do these when I don't know what other videos to do. So, since we did official and unofficial Disney princess tier rankings, I thought we would do one video where I do the Disney princes, the ones that are official and not official Disney princes, and ranking them. So let's just get into this. Hello guys, so today we are doing this tier ranking. So let's get to the tiers as usual. First tier is my faves. So the princes I think are the absolute best. The ones who are just, not just really attractive, but also just really great guys, and are kind of like the kind of guys I would go for, to be honest. So yeah, I really like these guys, and they're my favorite Disney princes, whether they're official or not. Then the second category is I like them a lot, but basically they're not my favorites, but they're ones that are under favorites. So ones that I really, really like, ones that I also kind of find attractive, but maybe not as much boyfriend material for me that I would be looking for, but they're definitely really good for the women that they're with, and so I really like them. Then Like a Little is basically my lesser liked ones, where it's basically the ones that I'm not obsessed with or really like a lot, but just like a little bit. Probably again attractive, but not very, or maybe like unattractive as well, but ones that I don't really care for that much, but I don't dislike them enough to put them in not my cup of tea, which not my cup of tea is basically the ones that I don't really care for that much, but I can see why other people might. And least faves are the ones that I absolutely do not like and do not care about whatsoever and don't think they're really interesting. So yeah, we all know some of the earlier Disney princes really weren't that interesting, so we know where they are gonna go. But anyway, without further ado, let's just get into it. So first we have Hercules, who is not an official Disney prince, even though he is a son of Zeus, which technically is king of the gods. That should make him a prince. But whatever. Hercules is definitely going to go in my absolute faves. I love this guy. He is such a sweetheart. He's kind of naive about the world, but that makes him kind of charming and cute. And I love how he can be kind of awkward, and also he can be strong. But yeah, he can be vulnerable, and I really like that he has a character. And yeah, I think Disney did a great job. I really love him. So he is one of my all-time favorites. Next, we have, well, this one's from live action, but also he's animated as well, so that's why I included him in here. But, yeah. What was the prince's name from Enchanted? I can't remember his name. Oh boy, this is gonna bug me. Anyway, I haven't watched this movie in a while, but I liked him a little. He's not really one of the princes that I really like a lot. He's very stereotypical prince-like, in the movie, and he was charming, just not one of my favorites or most liked, so that's why he's gonna go in this category. And yeah, he can be a bit of a naive guy, but in not the worst way, but kind of a bit just like a bonehead a little bit. And you know what? That's fine. So I put him in like a little bit. Next is Aladdin. Okay, Aladdin, I like a lot. I like Aladdin a lot. Whether he's an official prince, he probably is from the list that I checked. But yeah, I like him. He definitely goes through a character's journey in the film, which I really liked, and he learns that not like telling the truth is the best thing to do, and that being yourself is what women really want. They don't want to be lied to. And yeah, I really liked his journey, and yeah, I think he's a great supportive boyfriend to Jasmine, and so I think he's a good boyfriend overall to her, and I think they help each other, and yeah, he helps her experience the freedom she's always wanted, and I think that that's really great. A guy who's supportive of a woman wanting to go out into the world, so yeah. Okay, Prince Charming from Cinderella. This one's a hard one because in the first movie, he doesn't really have any personality. But since we got to see more of his personality in the sequels, especially the third movie, I really liked him. I've really grown to like him. He finally had some depth, and yeah, he was under a spell most of the movie, but he did also have present really admirable traits. And when him and Cinderella were together, he was just such a kind, considerate, I guess, boyfriend. I don't know what you'd call it in those days, but they were so cute together, and I really liked that he went after her once he realized something was up in the third movie, and I really I just loved him in the third one. But yeah. Next is Prince Philip. So he had a bit more personality than most of the original Disney princes. So I would say I liked him a little bit. I didn't love him, but I definitely saw him as a good match for Aurora. And yeah, he went through hell and back and defeated a dragon for her. So I had to put him at least on the list in the section where I do like him just a little bit. I don't find him that attractive. But anyway. Yeah, I think he will definitely do right by Aurora. I liked their little scenes together in the forest. It was cute. So, yeah, I'm going to put him there. Eric, I've always really liked Prince Eric from The Little Mermaid. He had personality too, which was really nice. I'm going to put him in like a lot because even in the second movie, he's just a great husband and a great father and overall a great prince who just cares for his people and is also just a really adventurous spirit. And I feel like him and Ariel are definitely a good match in that sense. Anyway, yeah, and I find him a little bit attractive too, so that helps. So yeah, I like him a lot. Probably a little more than Prince Charming, so I'm going to put him here. Okay, then we have, I think this is Shang, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't watched Mulan in a long time. But yeah, I kind of like this dude. Do I like him a lot? I'm not really sure. I haven't seen this guy in a while, so I don't know. Can I give a worthy opinion? Probably not. I'll put I like him a little bit. I don't remember much about him, to be honest, so I can't really say why I'm putting him in like a little bit. But I don't remember disliking him, so that's why I'm not putting him in the lower sections. I gotta rewatch Mulan at some point. Yeah. Now it's Adam from Beauty and the Beast. I like him a lot. Is he a bit rough around the edges in the beginning and kind of scary? Yes. But he slowly starts to change and become kind, considerate, and all the stuff like that he did for Belle in the movie I really enjoyed. And yeah, he slowly became a better prince and a better guy, and I liked seeing his journey in that movie. And yeah, he had a lot of character development, more than most of the other princes, so I consider that huge. So I like him a lot. He's definitely goes from a really bad place in the beginning to being a really decent guy in the end, and I liked him. Alright, now Prince Naveen. We all know how we all feel about this guy. He's in the top faves for sure. I mean, he's got the charm, he's got this personality at the beginning of the movie where he's kind of like this lost puppy who can't do anything for himself, and it's kind of charming, but also kind of like you just want to laugh at him. Like, dude, you're such a pompous, spoiled brat. And it was not annoying, but kind of hilarious, and I love that. And then he learned how to see that work isn't scary, and that with Tiana, he's just learned so much, and like, I just love him. He had a big character journey too in his movie, and I really liked it. So yeah, he's definitely going there in my favorites. Yeah, really like him. Now, Eugene is a great character. I'm putting him in absolute favorites as well. He is the OTP. He is probably the best Disney prince of them all. I will go to my grave with that one. He's amazing. The character arc he goes through is great. I love him for Rapunzel, especially in the Tangled series that we got, TV series. He was just such a good, considerate, caring boyfriend, and he was always there to support her. And whether that was emotionally or when she really needed his help doing something, he would do it, and he'd be there for her and be there to protect her. And he knew very well she could take care of herself, but it was also just nice to see him take care of her when she needed it. And yeah, he's one of the best Disney princes, guaranteed. This guy is #boyfriend goals. Love him. Just maybe him as not a thief, but he's definitely great. Then we have John Smith, who apparently is actually an official Disney prince, which I don't personally agree that he should be, but that's just me. I like him a little bit. I liked him with Pocahontas. As an individual character, I liked that he wasn't as ruthless as the other colonizers, I guess you can call them, in the movie. He was definitely not as brutal or had as much of a dark or disgusting mentality about the indigenous people of the area. And so I liked him because of that, but I didn't love him or like him a lot. So yeah, I'm just gonna put him there as a little bit. Next we have Kristoff, who is not an official prince yet, apparently. Let's wait and see about that. But he is going in absolute favorites, guaranteed. He's such a good guy. He can be awkward like Anna, but they're so cute together. He would do anything for her, and he supports her when she wants to do something. He's there for her when she needs him, and he is so supportive of her, and I love it. And he's so sweet and cute, and we all like a guy who's rough around the edges. So yeah, I really like him, and I'm gonna put him in the favorites. Now, Prince Hans is not an official prince, but I put him on this list because he is a prince that appeared in the movie as a main character-ish, kind of. maybe a little more. I don't know. Anyway, I am going to put him in, let's see. This is going to be hard. Let's see. I'll put him in maybe least favorites. Just because he is a douchebag and a terrible person, and if they ever try to redeem him, I hope they do a good job, because I don't know how you could redeem this guy. But yeah, he was such a jerk to Anna. It's just, what an ass. So I did not like him at all. He was just an awful, awful human being, and I just did not like him. In the beginning, I liked him when I didn't know he was such an ass, but then by the end of the movie, I was just like, this guy's a jerk, and he deserves to spend the rest of his life in prison. So, yeah. Next is Tarzan, who's technically not an official prince, but he is technically the king of the apes. So I think he's like a Disney king, where Elsa's like a Disney queen. But anyway, Tarzan, I'm gonna put in. I like him quite a lot. Yeah, he's also a little rough around the edges, but he's also quite charming, and I just think that him and Jane were cute. Like, he was the adventurous type, she was not, but then they kind of like have so much fun together, and he was just so sweet, and yeah. He's also willing to protect his family and do whatever is necessary, and I love that about him and his character. So yeah, this is a guy you can depend on, so I liked him a lot. Alright, now we have the prince from Snow White. We are putting him in Not My Cup of Tea. This guy had no personality whatsoever, and I did not care for this guy at all. I never think of this guy ever. So, no, not for me, but not my least favorite. But just not a prince I would think of. But he is an official prince, which I think is a mockery to all the other official princes. But that's just me. Next, we have Kovu, who also isn't an official Disney prince. But I put him on this list because I put Kiara on my unofficial Disney princesses list, so it only felt fair. This guy is one of my absolute favorites. I loved his moral dilemma in the movie, and his whole journey from actually wanting to destroy Simba and then actually just learning not to hate and learning how to love instead, and learn to just not listen to everything his mother told him, and that just being able to think for himself. And I loved his story of gaining his own kind of freedom and his own way of thinking, and I just think he was so cute with Kiara, and he's definitely very attractive. I'll give him that. He's a very attractive lion, so that also plays a role. But yeah, he is definitely a good boyfriend to Kiara, and I absolutely adore him. So I'm gonna put him probably here. But yeah, Kovu is great. Next is Milo from the Atlantis movie. He's unofficial as well, but I see him and Kida getting together, so I consider him a prince, sort of. But he's definitely very charming. I very much like him. I like the nerdy types. I find them super cute and goofy and kind of adorable, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, I really liked him in that movie. He was just so much fun, and yeah, I really, really enjoyed him. So I put him there. Next we have Phoebus from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I like him, but he isn't my favorite. He's definitely better than John Smith. I think anybody's better than John Smith, but anyway. Yeah. Phoebus, I love the way he's, like, kind of trying to help Esmeralda behind the scenes. I like that. I also really liked that he really found, like, a woman who can fight and take care of herself as, like, attractive, which was very much not the case back then. Men liked women who just, like, did as they were told and stuff like that, which I felt was definitely a different vibe, and I liked it. But yeah, in the end, he was the best choice for Esmeralda. He didn't discriminate against her people, and yeah, he was an overall good chap. So I'm gonna put him in liked a little bit, because he's not the most charming looking, but anyway, he definitely has a charming and really good personality and heart, and so I had to put him in the like category somewhere. Next we have Simba, who is not an official prince either, which is blasphemy. But yeah, he is going to go in my, like, I'm debating between like a lot and favorites. Because I don't know. I wouldn't say... Okay, I'll put him at, like, the top of like a lot. Because I do really like him a lot. But I don't know if I'd put him in favorite. This is really hard. But yeah. He does abandon his people when he thinks he's killed his father. Which wasn't great. But he does come back eventually, and he does a fight for what's his and for his people, and yeah, he does the right thing in the end. And I felt like he was such a fun, sweet character, especially with Nala. They were cute. And I think he's a really strong king from what we've seen. He's made his share of mistakes, but, you know, he didn't have his dad there to completely teach him how to be a good leader, so he's going to make mistakes and learn from them. And I personally loved his journey in the film, and I felt like that was a big alert to his character as well, his journey. And yeah, he's also a little bit attractive too. These lions, man, in the Lion King universe are so attractive. What is with this? But anyway, lastly, we have Robin Hood, who, I don't know if he would be considered a prince of thieves, but he's not an official prince. So, yeah, but I kind of like him a little bit. Stealing from the rich to give to the poor, what a decent dude. You can't get any more decent than that. If you're stealing just for yourself, that's very selfish. But if you're stealing for other people, so they have food or anything they really need to survive, when other people are just taking advantage of the poor folk and just hogging their wealth, I say this guy's doing everyone a service. So I find that very attractive, that a guy will do the wrong thing for the right reasons, kind of, but not always. It depends the situation. But yeah, I liked him a little bit, so I'm gonna put him there. It's not the most attractive fox. I'm sadly gonna say that goes to Nick Wilde. So, yep, that is it for this tier ranking. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like so I know to keep making tier rankings for you guys. Comment down below, what kind of tier rankings do you guys want to see? Or, yeah, just that. And please subscribe for more tier rankings or whatever you've come to my channel for. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye!